So I apologize to that alligator at the Everglades National Park. I apologize to all the park rangers who I value and I love and I respect. I will make up for it with a donation of more than a penny.
And on that note, welcome to the Soft Boys Podcast.
Welcome to the Soft Boys Podcast.
New meaning to Track Panthers tonight. I'm Dan Sullivan.
I'm Justin Bres.
And I'm Matthew Spence, who's never thrown a penny at an alligator.
No, and that makes
Put it
two
on
of
the
us.
screen.
2 out of 3. We get a scoreboard. Two out of 3 soft boys have never thrown a penny at an alligator.
Yeah. But then why would I do it? I don't know. It's just like, you do those impulsive things sometimes. You're just not thinking. I'm like, oh, I have 1 penny. I'm like, I wonder if I could. And then I do. I'm like, what the fuck?
And what are we rebooting today?
Alligators Matter. No, there's a show called Family
True, though.
Matters.
Family and alligators.
That's true.
We wrap it up.
Alligators'
Wrap it
lives
up.
matter.
Ship it. Steve. No, hold on. Come back to me. Steve, you see where I'm going?
I do.
Yeah, it's
Let
not there
it
yet.
go.
I'm workshopping
Oh
it.
my
I'm
God.
workshopping it. So yeah, we're rebooting a TV show, a sitcom from the late 1980s, early 1990s called Family Matters.
9
you guys-
seasons.
Something like that, right?
Yeah,
9
nine
seasons.
253 episodes.
9 seasons,
Oh,
like
okay.
6 time machines, like 20 clones.
Dude, it went
3
real off the
like
rails
like two
towards the end
different
with these
two
science experiments.
different moms who got Aunt Viv'd later in the series.
Yeah. Right. Okay, because I was like, wait, didn't that happen? You just said Aunt Viv. I was like, yep, it was, yep.
Yeah,
or a
she
daughter
got-
a daughter that disappeared and nobody cared.
Dude, that daughter, I was watching the thing that said that she does porn, and that is very accurate.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, dude.
Just like the girl from Boy Meets World.
All I gotta say is there's a rare condition this day and age, boy.
Oh wait,
You can
the clap
find-
the clap
It's
back.
so rare condition.
Dude, I was blown away.
Well,
Anyway, I did my research.
they cut her for budget constraints, they say.
Something like that. But yeah, she just disappeared.
I wonder if, because
Yeah, they just wrote her out and
Judy.
yeah, she like went upstairs and just never came back down.
she's still up
Judy
there
and
to
her
this day.
Judy.
little black booty, dude. Google this.
She never existed.
Also,
She, like,
when that show started, the sister, can't remember what her name is. She's
Laura?
got no, not any of the kids, but one of I don't know if it's Carl's sister.
Yeah.
Well,
It's-
Harrietta has a sister.
Yeah, I think it was like his sister-in-law or
She
something.
moves in. She's
Yes,
light-skinned woman, curly hair.
Always wore the hats.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yes.
And then they had the grandma.
Yeah,
right?
Estelle.
Estelle.
No,
Yes.
but the sister.
And she played pool, like she was the pool champ. She came
That's
in.
right.
Remember that she had the episode where she came in and like
I do remember.
like Carl Winslow shows up. And it's like these like 40-year-old
name?
men who are bullying these small children, and they're like, "Well, that's not fair." I'm like, "Dude, you're like 50 years old. What are you doing?" and like he shows up, and instead of being like, "I'm arresting you for assaulting these small children," he's like, whoever wins, winner take all. And he just goes in with the pool cue, and they're like, "This last thing, like, there's no way that anybody could make that shot."
And it bounces off like 6 walls.
Right, but he can't. But Estelle comes in,
that's
and
right.
she's like,
and she hits the guy in the stomach.
no, she hits the dude in the nuts with the pool cue. She's like,
it's just- dude,
because
I
like
haven't
she's
seen
trying
this
to
when
do
I was
it, and
a
he's
kid.
like, "It's America, I can stand where I
Yeah.
want." And she's like, "Sure," and yeah, the dude got it.
So what I was trying to say is the woman has a kid. And in the beginning of the show, it's a little baby, and then all of a sudden it just grows up.
Wait, and who is that? A character?
Richie?
Yes.
The kid?
I don't remember Richie.
That was
There's
her-
a kid,
Yep.
and he's a baby, and then all of a sudden he's a kid.
That was.
Am I losing?
No,
my
you're
mind?
not, because she's
They
a
did a lot of
widow.
this. I
Her
believe
husband
you.
dies. She's a widow, and so that's what she moves in with the Winslows.
But has like a
But she
baby.
does. Yes.
And then he's just walking around talking.
Yeah.
What happened?
Urkel fucking happened.
like hormones, like in the chicken.
The chicken in the
yeah,
milk.
it was Monsanto. That was the side plot. Was you got kids growing up too fast? You know, there's
Dude, if you've been up to Indian Leap and ever jumped in the water, watch
have.
a pasty girl jump in the water and see what that water looks like, I would believe anything, really.
Many a times.
Little Richie was developing fast, is all I'm saying.
Dude, he had a Jerry curl.
Yes, he did.
Like, yeah.
He became like a kind of a TV famous actor kid for a while. Like I think I saw him on Fresh Prince, and then he might have
African.
Well, I mean, yes, but that's not what I said. I said acting kid.
In
famous
addition to
acting kid.
Because
I think he was on like Step by Step, and I think he was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I feel I'm not.
They were in the same block, weren't they? Like they were both part of TGIF at one point.
I think he like bopped around to other shit.
Okay.
They're like, we need a cute little boy. They're like, Richie.
Urkel was on some other shows too. Urkel was on Fresh Prince.
As Urkel?
No, I don't think so.
That's a failed attempt then, because like
I think Jaleel White was on.
Oh,
it.
but not as.
But like it wasn't
while
the show was
crossover.
on. No, yeah.
It wasn't like the maximum.
And I don't
carnage
think is that what you're saying?
Sitcoms.
You're not saying it was a crossover, are you? Like it was.
No. I'm just saying like
The
acting.
actor,
Yeah.
That's what I was chiming in on. It's like the same thing of just them being in other things.
Was he also a random replacement for another actor that looks nothing like the original?
He replaced a baby.
I don't really remember.
For anybody who doesn't remember, who was Aunt Viv and why? What was the thing with Aunt Viv?
Why did they get rid of the first one?
Well, no, like if you're watching this and you have no idea what that means.
Sure. In the Fresh Prince, which was another sitcom about a black American family, they had the same mom for season after season after season. All of a sudden, she was somebody else, but I don't know why.
They just recast her randomly, and
her name was Aunt Vivian.
Yeah, she never looked anything. The new actress didn't look anything like
Not
her.
even close.
They just recast her and
Didn't they bring her back at the very end? And Will was like, "Don't I know you from somewhere?"
I don't know.
For anybody younger, she got Don Cheadle.
Oh yeah.
Whereas, they did do that at the last season of Family Matters, where the mom got switched out for the last season because she wanted to, wanted off the show or something like that. Apparently, everybody hated Urkel, the person and the character. Like nobody wanted either version of that.
She stayed on the show to maintain continuity, which is pretty rad. She's like, I fucking hate this show, but I'll stay on just to stay on. But I guess her and Jaleel White behind the scenes legitimately did not get along, and so they were like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this whole shit. She's like, nah, I'm done. Actually, I'm not. You know what? Not worth it.
Yo,
anymore.
you guys are gonna Aunt Viv me. I'm just gonna be like.
We all vivved Matt last week.
Yeah. You're just like, it's just somebody who looks nothing like me, and they're just like, I'm Dan Sullivan.
You're fucking Berkeyed.
That's amazing.
That would be if we ever needed to replace, for an episode, we should just do that, where we get somebody who is dressed like us, but doesn't look anything
actually
like
reference that.
Right, but they're just like, I'm Matthew Spence. Welcome to the Soft Boys Podcast.
That would be amazing.
It's why I try and dress as neutral as possible for these, so I'm easily replaceable.
Yeah,
that's what I am. Just in life, it's easily replaceable.
Yeah, you just try to blend
on the
in.
first episode,
you just try to blend in
a shirt that just had pictures of yourself.
Yeah, that's
easily replaceable.
I blend. I'm a chameleon.
No one saw it coming. It's around here somewhere, I think.
So Family Matters is a relatively beloved show, or at least well remembered. It was kind of, when it came out, right, it was kind of pitched as like I don't remember this being a big thing in the marketing because I was a kid, but I remember there being kind of a thing, you'd see a retrospective, and it was like this, other than the Cosby Show, was like this first major sitcom that centered around a black family or a nominally black family, and the dad's a cop, and there's just
she was an elevator. She works for elevators.
Something like that.
The bellhop or something like that.
Season, there is a clip where the girl comes in, Laura comes in, and she's like, "Oy vey," and I'm like, "Yo, I can't speak for anybody, but I've never heard anybody. That didn't feel right. And it turned out we
have an idea who was right in the show.
I looked into it, and the writers' room was entirely Jewish.
Sure,
not a single black person on the writing staff.
To the surprise of no one, I would imagine.
Yeah. Well, right, and they kind of touted it that way, whereas even the Cosby Show, right? Bill Cosby had a lot to do involved with that. I feel like Bill Cosby was that's how Bill Cosby is. But it was interesting the way, they'd have these plot lines. I was watching some old episodes, and it's sort of sure, but every once in a while somebody would say something real it's like just like a really like suburban white person thing to say, and you're kind of like, I don't know, like it just felt a little weird. Like I can't put my finger on why. It just felt a little like, I don't know.
Something's not. Like, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like you're hearing the writers speaking through the characters instead of the characters sounding like characters. You know?
Sure.
It's kind of tough too, because like you as an actor, actress can't be like, would my character actually say this? Because they'd be like, we will Viv your ass so fucking fast. You say it how it's written.
Yeah. So, I mean, besides,
we did it to Aunt Viv. It
even going into that, like, I mean, obviously, Harriet was on Perfect Strangers. And
and so was Carl.
Well, the whole show's a spinoff.
Yeah. But my point is, Carl was also in Die Hard, like probably the year before. Yeah. But besides that,
I think
like,
it was the year
those
before.
other characters, like, you know, I don't know what their contracts were like, but they probably were relatively unseasoned as far as like acting jobs would go.
Yeah, he was probably the name, right? He was the only real name on it.
I think so.
He had been in Ghostbusters before.
Yeah, that's right.
He was a cop in like everything.
Yeah,
that dude got typecast.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so they met on that show, right? They weren't already married, or were they already married for that the original show they were on?
Perfect Strangers?
Yeah,
I think they were.
They were already married?
Yes, they were.
Yeah.
He was like an elevator operator.
Yeah.
It was something like that.
Yeah, and then
it'd be dope if they met on that show, fell in love on that show, and then they brought the new story to the new show. But I don't know how many episodes they were on.
It was a Balky-less existence.
From Perfect Strangers to Family Matters.
Oh, damn.
So we should be writing this stuff.
We are, actually, now, literally writing it.
Well, I guess that brings us to, it's a good segue. Let's start with Steve Urkel.
Who is not an introductory character. He was a one-shot character, supposed to be the neighbor. He
hires
Gibbler.
him to take Laura to prom. Right. And he realizes what a nerd he is, and then they just try to shuffle him out of there because some other better-looking dude comes in.
He hired him
he literally,
to go to the prom with
or he pays his friend. It's a friend from the force or something. He pays somebody. I got a nephew who, he's a fine young man.
Take my nerd daughter to prom. She doesn't have a chance in hell.
He is Steve Urkel when he shows up. You know what I mean? He lived that. You know what I mean? Yep. He came in that door, Urkel, and left us it just really took over. Even now, when I watch a few clips, you could easily see why it was, and what a time to be Urkel, the 90s. You know what I mean? The introductory of the 90s. That's when Urkel obviously reigns supreme. It's easy to see.
And Urkel wasn't trying to be anything. He wasn't trying to fill any kind of role.
Sure.
He was, because he was one off, he was just who is this mysterious, he was a super nerd, well beyond if he were in Saved by the Bell, he'd be hanging by his underwear from
definitely.
So beyond any archetype that would have been a nerd, he's just almost weirdly out of place, but not.
Absolutely.
He's like a puzzle piece that fits perfectly into a puzzle it doesn't belong in.
Pretty much.
That's so good.
Well, it's true too, because they had
perfectly, but it clearly doesn't look right.
Because they kept changing the puzzle around him, they were he doesn't fit, so they kept moving the other pieces. And because he was a popular, he had that, the catchphrase is almost so dumb that it looks like it would be a RoboCop commercial that, where then I do that for $1,
But it's also a lot of those shows, the character had to have a catchphrase, right?
Yeah.
Because you had what was it the Olsen twins? Had their own "You Got It, Dude."
How rude!
How rude!
How rude! Yeah, you got
it, dude. And
Urkel was more of the Gibbler type, but less relatable.
Right. The annoying
Gibbler.
Yeah. But the Gibbs was someone's best friend. Urkel was no one's best friend.
Yeah, definitely. It's not the same thing.
He basically came from outer space, and by the end of the show, he's basically acting like
he literally
from
does.
Well,
he does
go into outer space.
Yeah,
in the last
that's
episode.
right. Yeah, that's
he literally
where we don't know. We don't know where he's
and
at.
He
right
he makes clones of people. By the end, it goes so off the rails.
He's floating through space at one point.
Maybe Henrietta was right. She's I get the fuck out of here. I'm done. This isn't the show I signed up for 10 years ago.
He started.
Harriet.
It started.
When I say Henrietta, it's a Henrietta. Pardon my French. Oy vey.
Which is also not French.
I know, it's amazing. That's so funny.
Oi. So yeah. So like you got your crazy ass neighbor who is now madly in love with Laura. I mean, obsessive, dangerous.
Ever since he didn't take her to prom.
Obsessively dangerous. So, well, yeah. And also, like, the entire show turned around and just became, and whereas Urkel became the focus of the show in, season 2. And, like, I bet you that could also be one of the reasons why they wrote off the daughter that no one really gave a shit about. Like, nobody was writing about her in the Nielsen report, so they're just like, get rid of her.
See, I actually read that there were, on the first, because, they film before a live studio audience and all that, they would have, in the audience on the first Urkel episode, apparently there were a bunch of drunk frat kids that were like, Urkel, Urkel, and they took that to be like, he's a hit. And then that was the start of that.
I mean, they weren't wrong.
Yeah.
Back then, frat guys had an opinion. A worthy opinion. Yeah. A Jimmy Fox-worthy opinion. Nah.
Continue.
Oh, that's all I had.
Yeah.
All right, so then you got this guy, you got this kid, right? I'm not even sure if they were in middle school yet or in high school. It must have been high school.
Must have been
if they were going to prom. Must have been high school, right?
It might not have been prom.
It might have just been the school dance.
Right?
I remember.
Yeah, I think it was like a school dance.
So and then every single episode after that, you have this like neighboring kid who's just coming into your house, eating your food, like fucking your shit up, burning it down.
That don't work.
Yeah, get the fuck out of my basement.
We had a bunch of those growing up.
There's always like
there's a whole crew of those people
filled
growing
with
up.
bubbles or aluminum foil or just something.
Upon reflection, it's not as crazy as it seems. You're like, oh yeah, my house is full of bubbles. Like, yeah, no, that actually scans. Yeah, that was fun. Like all the stupid shit that you and your friends used to do when maybe you weren't there. Oh, it's kind of scans. But the difference was those were your friends at your house that showed up unannounced.
Right, yeah.
Right, this kid was
really
not wanted.
To hang out with
right.
This poor kid had no friends. No one loved him. Like never acknowledged his own family. Like
I remember one time he was saying that he saw them and looked like they were like going on vacation, but he said something about. He thought it was like how his family moved and didn't tell him or
right. Doesn't
like
that happen at one point?
I don't think he talks about.
Well, because he moves in like later in the show.
Oh, really?
And I think his family like moved to Russia or something.
It's something weird. I'm actually, as you say that, I just had this like weird.
As black people do.
Yeah, like.
The thriving black communities in Russia,
Yeah, the Chicago-Russia pipeline, like it's like.
Well, you're there in the tracksuit. It could be crossover. There could be that.
If we could survive in Chicago, we could survive anywhere. And they're like, all right,
tickets booked.
Mostorovia.
Yeah, we're going to Pripyat. So we have this kid that nobody fucking wants there. The smartest possible like human on the planet. Like Reed Richards would have him in like
Dweeb Richards.
Dweeb Richards.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely brilliant mind, madly in love with Laura. And then on the complete opposite end of that spectrum, you have brother Eddie and his best friend.
Waldo Geraldo Faldo.
Who is... yes,
really?
Yes,
I thought you were fucking
dude.
No, and also I read his whole family's name earlier. I'll tell you those in a second. But he is the complete opposite of Urkel, right? Like his last brain cell is fighting for life,
dude. Yeah, it is. You would imagine he'd have an alarm that would go off to remind him to breathe every other second.
Right. But has a moral compass, but he's just a dumbass, like really bad. Well, yeah, a lot of us can't. Don't worry about it.
Y'all remember Steve Urkel's girlfriend?
Yo, yeah.
Oh,
Myra Boutros Monkhouse.
Wait, Monkhouse.
She had this
Myra Boutros Monkhouse.
Monkhouse.
Yeah, so Waldo's sister's name was Quesadilla.
I can't tell if we're kidding or not.
And
I have lost track of what's a bit and what's not.
And she was Quesadilla because she was born at a Taco Bell. His aunt's name is Barbara Ann.
No, it's
and I think it's like dad's name is Ramalama Ding Dong.
Black Betty.
Also, all of this is not made up.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
I don't remember that at all.
Because they fucking mentioned it one time in an episode.
I thought you were off on a bit. I figured.
No, unfortunately, that's
part
how
of it
good.
Was true, and then you just kept going.
No, that's how good this whole thing is. And that's not all of it. Man, yeah. I think. I think Waldo's dad's jalapeno.
Faldo?
Waldo's dad might be jalapeno. I'm serious.
Where's jalapeno?
Pronounced jalapeno instead of
Jalapeno S.
That was the thing.
Yeah, so
Everybody said
that was just like a little
jalapeno.
fun fact that I stumbled upon.
Jalapeno ass is amazing.
All right, so I'm just
Officer Jalapeno ass.
so I'm thinking. So
That's Carl's partner.
I'm bringing up.
It's Waldo's dad.
I'm bringing up these very specific things because I think.
Because you have a genius.
Well,
idea.
because like towards the end of the show, Eddie becomes a cop just like his dad, right? Like Eddie and Waldo go to the police force, so they become police officers, and Urkel goes on to do his Urkel shit. Now he's obviously off in space, like going too crazy. Like Urkel would have to come back from his reconnaissance, like. Going back to the beginning where you have Urkel being like this absolute menace to society, but only for the Winslows? Or what if Eddie's like harboring this anger towards him the whole time, and so he's like setting up this big sting operation to like take Urkel down? Doesn't Urkel like clone them and shit? Like he's collecting their DNA. He's fucking got spy cameras inside their house. Like Eddie's fucking coming to realize that like Urkel's a fucking bad dude.
But what is he actually doing?
It's like
he's taking their DNA. Like, we all love Urkel because he was this fucking nerdy kid who didn't fit the mold of what a nerd was.
Yeah.
Right? He was like on the next level, but like I think in a modern day society, all the things that Urkel did he'd be in jail.
What if the whole show was like backwards, right? Like Carl's like a mob boss. You know, like everybody's like the opposite of what they are.
Oh, like not like Memento backwards, but
no,
like
not Memento backwards character.
So what's Urkel in this? I don't know.
I'm
into
I
this.
Just thought of it.
No, I like this.
Yeah, just like everybody's like
it's like The Sopranos.
Yeah,
because that could be called Family Matters too, couldn't it?
That's really good.
It's Family Matters, and they're in the mob.
Also,
now.
just dawned on me.
Is there a black mob family sitcom? Like a gang related, like gang, but that's like family oriented, not like
there should be. That sounds.
Yeah, maybe this is a good idea.
I love everything about
Family Matters.
Yeah,
I need another beer.
That's dope because I was just gonna say like he collects all of their DNA, so he's collected their family matter.
On the mean streets of Chiraq. It's Family Matters.
Yep. Well, what is the family's business? What's the family's matter?
What kind of family are we talking about? Are we doing like Carl Winslow with a pocket watch and like
something more like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Something more like that where he's like a Don,
clean,
you know what
regimented.
I mean? And like Urkel would be in the gang, but he's like trying to get like whatever level where you became a made man.
Urkel's like street level.
He's trying to be like a made Winslow,
but Carl's wearing like all of the pinstripes.
He's
got a little flower in his pocket or some shit. Like he's just like
he's a public figure. You know, he's got some kind of business or whatever, but he's running a family.
He owns, instead of being a cop, he runs the cops. He owns the cops.
How does he own them though?
He made a bunch of money from Urkel's like cloning machine, and then he used it to amass power.
The whole police force.
It's privatized. Yeah, and he owns it all. And all the Chiraq cops work for him.
They're all Carl Winslow. They're all him. They're all clones of Carl Winslow. They're stormtroopers.
Maybe what it is he steals the plans, right? It's like a flashback or something. He steals the plans for the cloning machine from Urkel.
Okay.
Right. Or Urkel, I think, made a time machine at one point, so he's got the plans for those too. So
he can only make Urkels with it.
So at the end of Family Matters, everybody in the mob is like an alter ego of Steve Urkel.
Like, remember
like
Myrtle?
Stefan is the top lieutenant.
Yeah. Myrtle Urkel that was always trying to sleep with Eddie. She broke into his room. It's a cloning machine, but it just makes Urkels.
Dude,
six
Urkel cops light up some innocent person. They're all like, "Did I do that? Yeah, you did. You killed that innocent guy. Did I do that?"
You know, Chicago's already got like a lot of gangs and stuff like that going on. But he goes from being,
Urkel's a drill rapper.
That's how he gets the attention of Carl Winslow.
He goes from being like a cop or whatever he is, you know, some kind of municipal work or whatever, and he gets this money, but he uses it to build like his own enterprise, and it's just his own gang, but it's all Urkels, the whole gang.
I don't want to let go of that idea. I was like, maybe it's no, it should stay there. I don't want to. Don't change, girl. Yeah, don't change.
Do we try and go for a serious tone as we do, or do we try and somehow keep a serious tone with comedy?
I think we keep it wacky.
Okay.
I think it's not. Yeah, it's hijinks.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like nominally like it's supposed to look like it's like
can't be serious. It would never be
like
good.
every episode. Urkel like one of the Urkel's foils Carl's plans by accident.
Another trap house is blown up. Like,
what if Judy is actually leading the rival gang because she got written off like they abandoned her. And
she was supposed to swim with the fishes, and it just didn't happen.
Because I want to keep all the weird Urkel shit, right? Like, and this is a way to do it.
Yeah.
And like I think that the cloning machine should be a thing where at the end of Family Matters, Carl Winslow gets the plans. He gets the time machine. He gets in. He goes back and steals the plans before Urkel actually makes it. He makes it, and then now he has all the money from it. Right? He leaves his day job behind. He's like I'm gonna own the force, and all of a sudden the cops are getting fired because they got Urkels coming in to replace them, so you got like Inspector Urkel like doing that. You got and then you got like.
So is Urkel like...
You got Body Man Urkel.
Well, yeah, because... But like, in order...
You got Disposal
But
Urkel.
who's he getting all this DNA from, right? Because like, that's how it works. That's how he got to become Bruce Lee, right? Is he used Bruce Lee's DNA, which how the fuck did he get that?
Right.
But like, he became Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
So like, who are these people that they're getting like qualified DNA from for him to be on the force, right?
Eddie's chief of police because he always wanted to be a cop. Like his dad, so his dad's like, you get
family matters.
Yeah, he's like, exactly.
So there might be
it's all about family, and then Waldo fucks everything up all the time. Like, you got to have Waldo hijinks going on constantly. What about Urkel's girlfriend though? We got to get her in there.
Oh,
she
fits. No, Laura becomes the judge. She's actually going to law school.
Oh shit, that's right.
Laura becomes the judge.
So is Laura like Laura's conflicted? Right?
Yeah,
her family matters so much to her, but she also feels some like.
She took an oath.
She feels some compulsion. She's like, I know that my dad. She's like, Dad, you always taught me to believe in the law, but what happens when the law doesn't believe in me?
That's some Batman shit.
When does family stop mattering as much?
Oh,
or when does?
Or what is define family?
When do the matters of the family?
What about the community? What about the children? Define family.
The Judys.
Yeah, rest in peace.
The Aunt Viv of the world.
Inside
being replaced.
But the court officer is also an Urkel. So she can never escape Urkel.
The stenographer.
Yeah, it's Myrna Urkel.
He's like, did I do that? No, really, I can't remember.
Was there ever a female Urkel?
Strike him doing that from the record. Strike him doing that from the record.
That was his cousin, though, right?
Oh, you're right. It was his cousin from down south.
Yeah, so...
It wasn't... It was obviously Jaleel, but you're right. It wasn't Urkel.
What, Myrtle Urkel?
Yeah, it wasn't... They were both on the show at the same time in the same shot.
Yeah,
okay, so it wasn't
as long as the camera didn't move.
It wasn't actually the character of Urkel is pretending to be that.
Correct. It's another character.
Okay. What about the time that he was really good at basketball all of a sudden?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's just
I'm picturing like The Wire where they're doing all of the factions get together and do the community hoop game every year, but it's like Urkel just like it's basketball. Urkel's just taking off.
It makes sense, all right. Basketball's just all math.
I guess it's not all math.
100%.
only some of the Urkels would agree with that. Basketball Urkel, he just feels it. It just flows
all
through
math.
him. He just,
power,
it just flows
angle,
through him.
fucking curvature of the earth, rotational, you know.
So we got Stefan Urkel, right? He's got to be like, he's like the lieutenant, right? He's the second command.
Yeah.
He's the one who's charming everybody at the social functions.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's the face.
Yeah. He's the politician.
Okay,
he's the upstanding. He's the guy in the pocket.
The mayor.
Right. Yeah. He's the mayor.
So they do.
Mayor Chiraq.
They do. And correct me if I'm wrong.
Chicago.
I'm not sure. Do they?
Exactly.
Do they? Don't they eventually actually
fictional
separate
city.
them? Like, doesn't Urkel and Urkel become separate? Or there was.
I think they do that at one point.
Or there was a thing where Steve wasn't sure if he wanted to be Urkel anymore because Laura loved Stefan, so he was like, "Oh, I'm going to be this person forever." And there was like this internal debate or something. There was something. I do remember that.
Sounds a little familiar, but I just don't remember.
Yeah,
and so I was
Either
trying
way.
to think like if we're going to have a whole world full of Urkels, I guess it makes sense to have a world full of Stefans as well,
You would think, right? Because
or at least one.
No, it makes sense. But the main one is he's our mayor, right? That makes sense. I like the idea that you can't clone the same Urkel twice. Like, it's multiplicity. Every time you do it, it degrades.
Yeah.
And eventually you just get Waldo.
Oh, that's how we get. Yes, okay, that's fun. That's a fun way of getting to it.
That's Waldo's backstory. He's just an 8th generation Urkel.
Oh, Neanderthal Urkel, yeah.
He builds his whole family.
This basically is. We're basically
Urkels.
doing multiplicity, the most terrifying thing you can imagine. The whole world is being run by a bunch of different versions of Steve Urkel.
It's like the nightmare of everybody on that show.
And Carl Winslow runs the entire city. And he's still miserable.
Right,
He has to deal with all these fucking Urkels.
Yeah, definitely.
He doesn't have just one eating his food.
He's
now
got all of
he's like
them.
sitting all the Dons down. They have this meeting, and then there's like a Urkel like stumbles in, just like spills shit everywhere.
Yep.
And he's like, "Did I do that? Get the fuck out of here!"
Don Urquelle.
That's who Waldo is. Waldo's.
Don Urquelle.
I feel like they've all advanced to
That's
a
a
really
different
high
one, like,
point. And then the one that's left, like the dumb one that's left, that our Waldo, right? That is almost like replaced the original Urkel, where like he's always fucking shit up, always breaking whatever. Like, no, Urkel's always just been so much smarter, but now all the antics that always have happened is now just Waldo. Like the things that break, it's Waldo, but because he's a fucking clumsy. Not because his time machine blew up, but because he fucking tripped over his shoelaces.
Every episode, Carl's plans are foiled because Waldo fucked something up. How come we don't just get rid of this fool?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, because family now.
Right,
You know?
So because like Laura's the one signing off on it, right? She's the one, she's like looking at the case and she's like, fuck. But it's never too bad. Like the plans that are they're never allowed to get to a certain point because someone's always fucking it up. Like a Waldo's always fucking it up. So it's like, no, we're gonna like take over the food pantry and we're gonna like use the trucks to like smuggle cocaine throughout the city or whatever. But like Waldo comes and fucks it up, and so it never gets to a point where they can even get the trucks to move it. And Laura's like, I want to punish them, but I can't because they just done something really good, although they were trying to do something really bad. So it's like they always have a plan for some nefarious reason,
Right.
but it just never gets to it because they're all so fucking dumb, or the people that they're surrounded with are so dumb that they end up doing good for the community and not bad.
Yeah.
They're trying to make money, but now they're by selling drugs out of the food pantry, but now the food pantry's flourishing, and like now they're able to get like SNAP benefits and grants and shit like that.
And Urkel, there's still an Urkel that keeps stumbling in with a dumb invention.
Right.
Where it sucks up all the money in the room by accident.
Yeah.
Or
All
like
the
cocaine off the table.
Yeah,
And it sprees everywhere and everyone's like, oh, God.
Try
Did
It's like,
he
fuck.
used to say, got any cheese? Was that Urkel?
It sounds Urkel.
Yeah. That just popped into my head.
Yeah, it was something about cheese.
Yeah.
Government
Yeah, man.
cheese.
Well, because it fits with Family Matters, right? It's about this family trying to take life serious.
Yeah.
And it becomes a world run by Urkels.
Which is kind of what happened in the show anyway.
Yeah,
But there was
exactly.
only one.
It's a mirror.
But now it's the
A lot.
Dude, that's so funny.
But what about the time machine thing? Are we scrapping that?
Oh, I never brought it. With Carl going back and
I like that as the idea of how he got rich, because then we introduced the sci-fi back already. Like,
sure.
So we can have weird machines and zany inventions, because it
Time
starts
machine is
with
great.
already that something has to go to space at some point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there's got to be like a scene in space where Carl Winslow's shaking somebody down or something like that.
Or he sends his ops to space.
Yeah.
Nobody can find the bodies anywhere. He shoots them past the stratosphere.
Yeah, Carl's not.
That's how he disposes of the bodies.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Carl's not in waste management. He's in SpaceX. It's like, oh, another satellite. SpaceX is launching another satellite into space. It's just like a fucking bunch of corpses getting sent to the sun.
All right, what about the other characters? Like, what does Estelle do? Like, what is
She's the stenographer.
No, she's got to be like hassling him, right? Like, he's the
she
mob
runs a
boss.
pool hall.
Ooh.
But she's got to be like, she's got to have her position as like the wise.
Yeah, no,
like,
I understand.
Like, how could she like make his life difficult? Because everybody's got to be making Carl Winslow's life difficult, right? That's kind of like
she's always badgering him how her husband could have done it better or something like that, or how Henrietta was going to marry a guy who could have done it better.
She puts the bad.
I keep saying Henrietta, but it's Harrietta.
It's Harriet.
Harrietta.
Nope, doesn't
just
Harriet.
plain old Harriet. Yeah,
Harriet. But like she's like abusive. Like she
Harriet. Yeah, that's right.
She takes his handcuffs off, cuffs him, cuffs and stuffs him. Yeah, there's always the. That'd be really messed up, dude. Pig pegging.
That's what they call it in the police force.
In Chiraq.
Know,
That's what they call it. That's how we do it in
Chiraq
Chiraq.
pig pen.
Oh man.
Peg pen.
The peg pen.
Yeah, peg pen, Chiraq, Hot 97, Funk Flex.
That's where
that Estelle's pegging out Carl.
What is happening here? That's where the missing daughter went.
That's where the baton went.
That's where the missing daughter went, to the peg pen.
Dude, she goes to the peg pen. Google it, Jamie Foxworthy. Dude, she goes.
Jamie Foxworthy.
Blue collar comedy tour.
All right, maybe I got the name messed up, but dude, it is something else.
All right, Eddie is also got to be on the force, right? It's like his ambition.
Eddie's the chief of police.
Chief of police.
Yeah. We got Carl is he's like the Don, right? His lieutenant is Don Urquelle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We got Harriet. Harriet is
the muscle.
I was gonna say the spy, but
no, that would make a lot of sense for Esther, right?
Yeah,
Estelle. Who's like running the pool hall? Like all the information's coming through her.
Yeah, definitely.
The pool hall is like their like bada bing kind of.
Yeah,
like, it's a pool because
I guess it's a strip club with a lot of pool tables.
It's where all the Urkels go after their shift, and that's where she can get she all the information comes to her. I mean, shit. At that point, Jesus Christ. It's just a cribbage. It's a cribbage lounge because that's where they can use the pegs. Like, it's the peg pen.
What? She's like, what?
On every
what?
Table with
what? I don't get
it's
it.
like Friendlies, right?
Yeah,
The little triangle shit. Yeah.
The logo is two police batons crossed like that. It says peg pen.
Dan, put it up. Put it up. Peg
Put
pen.
it up.
That's, you gotta make that one.
Dude, listen, Matt's been killing it.
Anyway,
so she's running that. So what is her role in like? How does she? I like that we don't have to go down the whole. How does this have an arc? Because we're just kind of figuring out how it's goofy. But like, what is her like comedic? So like,
what do you call?
What's her thematic role? What's her comedic role?
What's the name of a woman that would, in a movie that would be running like a cat house, like a
madam,
house? A madam. Madame Estelle.
I like that, Madame Estelle.
It's like Madame Trousseau's.
But they're all Urkels.
My God, all the strippers are Urkels. I didn't think.
Oh my God,
they're all just different Urkels at the peg pen.
Ping pong balls going everywhere.
From Urkel to Urkel at the peg
in a southern accent.
Did I do that?
Got any cheese?
Don't fret, my pet.
It's like Gremlins at this point. It's just Urkels. Like, I got cheese. Just throw them.
Is that sweat, my
chaos.
pet?
It's like if you get them wet, there's just more.
Oh, they're gonna be wet.
The Urkel,
The
Urkel. Every episode, they just pull the shades up and just gets rid of all the Urkels.
Oh my god, that would be
gotta
fun.
start over.
It's Family Matters Gremlins is the version.
Every day, Carl has to start over and make them again every day.
Every episode. What kind of Urkel am I gonna make? Man, my crime empire is falling apart.
Yeah.
I need an Urkel that could do this. And like, this will solve. Estelle's yelling at him about like the pig pen's not making enough money.
Yeah.
And Harriet's like, I wish I married Stefan. I had a Stefan. Make me a Stefan.
Yeah.
And like you have, I don't know. I like the idea of every episode has like that a premise like that. Like, what are we doing with the Urkels today? Because
that would be
so many
much
Urkels,
fun.
You can't keep
Definitely.
track of them.
All right, the end of every episode, it's a wipe. All right, this isn't working.
Or we
Yeah.
just don't explain why. It's just one of those shows where it starts from the same.
Sure.
And we could just blame it on the time machine, kind of like that he has enough. He's trying to figure. Maybe that's the serialized plot. He's trying to get the time machine to work permanently because
Right.
it keeps. It's like Groundhog Day
Right.
almost. I don't know, but like we don't even have to say it. It could just be every episode. It just starts over.
Right,
Nobody
starts
knows
over.
why are there no longer all these Urkels that are. But I'm just picturing the Urkels at the strip club.
This is
Oh
only
my,
gonna
the
go-
Urkels are the dancers. It's just like
Yeah.
it's like Gremlins too. You know, like where
Dude,
everything is just-
absolutely.
The
That
Urkels
is
just take
phenomenal.
Or like every episode, we just kind of introduce new Urkels. Like it's always that's how Chiraq has always been.
Yeah.
But we never
Yeah.
shut down an
Once
idea.
upon a time in
It's-
Chiraq.
What kind of Urkel do you want? Yes. Whatever's on your brain, yes, that Urkel's coming into play in this episode. What about you?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
We can do that. We got you.
So, like, we haven't really rebooted anything that's like episodic yet. So, like,
Definitely not.
how do we try and it's a different approach. So I'm trying to think like how, because before we're like, oh, we have the plot. This is where the story starts, where we go, like, this is like every episode's different. So I'm actually like thinking in my head, like, we got good ideas. How do we actually pitch it as like as a show in a way that's gonna like that we get to do a cool montage at the
Definitely,
end for
yeah.
it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, how does it add up? Like, I like where we're going, but like we can only pitch like 8 episodes. We could try to like break a season.
Right.
We could try to be like, all right, so the first
think that's
season
all
of
it's
Family
got-
Matters,
all it's got
episode
wheels for
1
it.
we do this. The next episode there's that. Like,
Right.
All right, quick. All right, quick pitch. Steve and Laura get engaged. Steve's the astronaut, goes to space, whatever. He's out in space. We're down here. But all of his equipment is still down on Earth, right? What if Carl finds his way into like Steve's lab, pushes a few buttons, and that's how he gets his way to the time machine, right? So it's not some kind of nefarious way of building or stumbling or whatever. He actually just stumbles upon Steve's time machine, goes and he uses it, and he goes back to a time or to a point where he's able to start doing it, and maybe there's some residual Steve DNA left over, so from the clone machine, right? So it's not a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a hair or something, whatever, and he's able to clone a Waldo. That's how we get a Waldo, right?
Okay.
A dumb Steve. It's like
I thought Waldo
Or he
came
doesn't know
last.
how to use it.
Waldo,
Right.
He makes too many
that-
Urkels and he gets Waldo.
that's what. So it starts off problematic, right? Or he's making too many Steves, and it's like, oh my fucking god, he's like, I can't tell Laura, so he's like shepherding them out into the community, and they're coming back. They're like fucking crows. They're coming back with shiny objects because the show is like episodic and it's like similar. There's like a reset every day or whatever. We're still figuring that out. We could film the very last episode, right? And it's Steve coming back to Earth and seeing all the Steves on the planet. And so like that way you're like, oh, the show got canceled. All right, well here's the last episode. It's already done, filmed.
So I was thinking that's the end of the pilot episode. Like, because you were going somewhere where I was thinking, let's come.
Oh,
let's go to
okay.
that, where like the end of the pilot episode is Urkel in space comes back, and the real Urkel is like, did I do this?
Did I do that? Oh fuck, that's dope. Either way, either that's the end of the pilot or the end of the whole show.
Well, we're only pitching a season right now.
That's true. Hey, good shows sometimes.
We gotta save the rest of it for when they pick it up. You know, like we gotta have our. We don't want to end up like Lost, where we have
tread lightly.
We got nowhere to go. Yeah,
tread lightly.
No, they were all in purgatory. It was Urkel purgatory.
It was their own.
We got to go back to Chiraq.
Oh my God.
One of the Urkels gets murdered and he gets possessed by a smoke monster or some shit.
He comes back. It's
not Urkel's boat.
He gets murked.
Merkled. Angela Merkled.
We have an episode where everybody's freaking out because it's Merkin season.
Yeah.
But he treated it like a Christmas episode, so he's like Carl, you're barely ready for Merkin season.
The muscle is Merkel Urkel.
He's just like, he looks like Plies.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, fucking, you know what? No,
he's got face tattoos.
At the end of every episode.
Call me Merkel Urkel.
At the end of every episode, Steve comes
the
back.
drill. That's drill.
Yeah.
That's drill rapper Steve Urkel.
Definitely Merkel Urkel.
End of every episode, Steve comes back. It's like he comes back one time, and
Urkel
the
does
whole
theme
entire planet is all dinosaur Urkels, right? Carl fucked up. They've devolved.
Like
whatever.
Oh,
Yeah. No, it's like fucking. No, it's like the Super Mario Brothers movie.
So
It's the show Dinosaur.
Not the mama.
What? Now that you mention that, all right. No, hold on. Bear with me for a sec. Like that is a good way to like deconstruct the sitcom a little bit.
Yeah.
Like if you because you got the time machine and the sci-fi shit with the Urkels, you can do anything you want.
Right.
A land before Chiraq.
Yeah.
You know, like you have but like it's still always fucking Urkels.
Right.
So like you just take the sitcom and keep putting it in different settings.
Yeah.
And that also undermines kind of or like does a good thing with the way like the old one, like it wasn't really representative of anything in particular, right? It was
Sure.
It was kind of people's vision of how people lived, right?
Yeah.
But this way you get to put these characters in different contexts all throughout time or place or whatever, and they're still, the characters still work and they're still them, and it doesn't have to be, it's more about what is a sitcom? Why is it funny?
Mm-hmm.
You know, why do we laugh at these things? Why is Urkel funny? Maybe Urkel's not fucking funny and it's funny because we are doing a bit about it, you know? But every episode has a different bit that's like Urkel goes west,
Right,
Urkel in space, like
fucking Black Mirror Urkel.
Yeah.
like
When
Starbase,
Steven-
where no Urkel has ever
Steve
gone
and Stefan
before.
are dating each other. They're like in a weird.
African American mirror.
Yes.
You gotta call it that.
African American reflective surface.
Hold on, come back. I'm workshopping now. I get where you're going with it, and I like it.
Damn. But yeah, no, that would be definitely a fun way of doing it. I mean, like, and with a show like that, you don't have to pitch. You don't have to do like 23 episodes in a season. You could do 6 in a season, right? Because they're gonna be
Definitely.
And you could also do you could use the Urkels as ways to kind of make fun of stock characters. Like you got Church Urkel in one. And it's a way to kind of like Churkel. But it's a way to like make fun of like
Urkel.
Like because Urkel is such a stereotype at this point.
He's
he
like
wasn't
a
then.
big Baptist mega church.
Yeah.
He's
got snake,
evangelical.
He's got snakes.
Yeah.
And he's
on the
like
wires and shit, dude.
he's like, take the cheese out of him, devil.
Yeah.
Cheese out.
Did the devil do that?
Yes. Well, that's good because I got the cheese. No, you gotta have but like you get to use Urkel because Urkel now is such a cliche of so long later that you can make him into anything.
Right.
So you can take any character construct for any reason from any sitcom.
Yeah.
And you can do a bit with it. But they all still kind of feel like them. You're like, of course fucking Dinosaur Urkel would say that.
Yeah.
You know, like, of course like yeah, like it's the land of the lost, and Carl Winslow's got like the skulls of like got, like cavemen skulls.
Yeah.
He's got a string of ears around his neck or something.
He's the protector of his tribe.
Right, he's always
still in every scenario. Carl is always a cop
in every sitcom.
He's always a cop.
You do like
he still has a police baton though.
Just stick, yeah.
You could do like a Hogan's Heroes episode where like Carl and Steve get thrown into jail together, except they're all like, he's got to get the Urkels to try to break him out, and then Waldo is the guard.
It's like MASH. He's like in the army.
Yep.
The Chiraq War has been going on for 11 seasons.
Oh my god!
So Urkel has Mr. T, and he's like,
there's like a Saving Private.
Gotta do that.
There's a
Mr. U.
There's a Saving Private Waldo episode.
Yeah.
You just like Mega Man. You brought up Conker's Bad Fur Day. Like it's kind of like that, where every episode takes a different thing and runs. So every episode of our season is sort of like a different sitcom. Our pilot starts with like the Sopranos basis, right? Like, you do it. What if it's a mob who runs the city and all that? And that's our let's call that our base world, right?
Sure.
So like maybe beginning, end of episodes, that's where we come back, we land. But there's always some time. There's some time machine shenanigans where Carl, he's like, I'm gonna make the best. I'm gonna make Urkel. I'm gonna, there's Merkel Urkel and there's Merkel Urkel. He's like the
Steve Jobs.
He's
Urkel.
He's trying to make an Urkel that will accomplish this thing, right?
Yeah.
Like the DA's giving me shit, and I need a Urkel that can infiltrate this or that. He's trying to make like a real one. But every episode, Urkel stumbles in with a dumb invention, and he's just like, and he trips, and there's the wrong button gets pressed, and all of a sudden it's there's dinosaurs.
Right, yeah.
And we're in the land of the lost. And then they get to do a whole like, no, Steve, you go do the fish this time.
Yeah, definitely.
I have millions of dollars. I still have no cheese.
Yeah.
So now that we know it's like a core cast, moving around and we're recontextualizing it, because I like this if you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
It also touches on everything because we still have the mafia one, but that's now an episode.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah,
Dinosaurs
absolutely.
is an episode.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
it's our home base, so we can still.
The mob thing is a thing.
Yeah, like that's our Chiraq is, but like Chiraq is throughout time. There could be the ancient mystical land of Chiraq.
Yeah.
There could be modern Chiraq, Chicago. There could be like, you could have like. The Chiraq is the name of the spaceship that the alien is on, like
Steve
I'm in a Chiraq state of mind.
Steve Urkel invents the Shy phone.
And so all right, so your core cast, everybody's got to fill a role, right? And we already have that mostly kind of set up for us because we keep the Family Matters dynamic relatively intact.
Definitely.
So we just kind of have to give it that. All right, so let's go through Family Matters with our characters. So and like, what is their like functional role if you're a writer? Like,
right.
Carl is the beleaguered patriarch, right? He's the dad. He's the one trying to bring home
Big Daddy.
He's trying to provide. He's trying to do whatever cops do. He's trying to be a good example for his family. He's but he's got all these people around him with needs, and he never gets to do his own thing. But he's the one who wants to be in charge. So he takes on that. He's the mob boss in the mob world. He's like we put him in that role. That's easy, right? So Urkel is the foil in every. Right. So Urkel is the person who's constantly ruining everything Carl's trying to do. But really, he's a reflection. He's a mirror for Carl, because if Carl were halfway competent, he wouldn't fucking let this happen every time. There could be like a Game of Thrones one where he builds a whole army of Urkels.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like literally a sword wielding army.
Right. And
there's an Urkel dragon.
Urkel, Stephen Urkel, Stephen Urkel, Stephen Urkel, Stephen Urkel.
But I think the idea of just the show got taken over by Urkel. Let's just make the whole show just armies of Urkels. Yeah. Like just turn it to 11.
Yeah, definitely.
And now it goes back to what I was saying originally, where it's Family Matters, but it's all the matter is Urkel now. It's Urkel's Family Matter.
There's an episode where the economy crashes, and it's a stock floor of just all the Urkels just throwing.
They're all pulling their money out of the bank.
The Urkels are jumping out the windows.
Yeah, like lemmings.
Like 1929, they're just all just sleeping. There's just piles of Urkels.
Oh my god!
Here's the last episode of the first season. 9/11 is an inside job, but it's an Urkel convention, and they try to kill all the Urkels at once with planes flown by other Urkels.
There's no other way.
Waldo wasn't sure if the jet fuel would burn the steel beams.
They're doing the calculations while they're on the plane.
I fucking
on the plane.
They got a little machine. Well, if we reheat the jet fuel to this temperature,
Waldo's
don't melt.
Waldo's got a BlackBerry, and he's trying to find the calculator.
we were talking, we realized that we haven't covered Laura at all, except for the mob episode where she's like the judge,
yeah,
or the district attorney or something, because she goes to law school, whatever. But like, what her purpose, like, is if this takes place, I was saying, and what I was saying was, if the whole show takes place after Steve goes to space, then Laura has already pursued her law school and her degree, and she's deep into her career. If it takes place during regular Family Matters, well, then it could be at any time while they're teenagers into the early 20s, and that doesn't matter. And then we had a fun idea that, what if because at the end of every episode we reset, right? The entire run of Family Matters was just one big episode, and
But it's the finale of the first season. That's our last episode. It's actually just Family Matters.
The whole show?
No, we don't have to rerun it, but that's what it said it.
Gotcha, yeah.
And it's almost like they don't recognize it. They're kind of like...
That's pretty funny.
And we don't... Because the whole time we spend like playing with the idea with what's canon, what's not, like what is from the show, and then they don't know.
Right,
Or like, I remember once that I remember you coming in and eating my cheese, but like nobody actually remembers. Like, this house looks kind of... They all just have deja vu.
Yeah. Oh, you know what we do? We Aunt Viv all of them.
They're all just different actors?
All of them. Fucking all of them.
That's so awesome.
I love it.
That's so good.
It's family. It's the
no
family
explanation.
Yes, it's the original Family Matters set, but it's all different actors the whole episode.
And that's how they're able to be like, I remember you were doing something, but you didn't look like that.
It turns out there's like a different Urkel that like escaped to that way, and he's tied them all up in the closet. And he's trying to make his own. He's trying to make a new family. He's trying to make a new family for himself. So he's tied them all up, but at first we don't know why they're all different actors. Yeah. And it turns out.
That would be so twisted.
It's like
Family Matters, but with a question mark. That's the show.
Family Matters.
We have. I'm picturing, like, you know how the theme has like the moon may cry.
Yeah.
I kept thinking about that because it's like, is that deep or is it not deep?
Right.
But there's like a feudal Japan episode where it's like it's like a Capcom game where it's like Urkel, like the moon may cry.
Yeah.
like the theme is all just like
or it's told
like a days go by.
Urkzilla.
As the days go by. Like you just. I like the idea of using it as sort of like a way to look at sitcoms and just sort of joke about
tropes,
like the tropes, but like, well, that's what sitcoms are. It's goofy, we can have fun and everything goes back, but also it can get really dark, but also then you get to go right back
because we're treating them like lemmings or gremlins. Like, we're just treating them, they're disposable.
Like, morally,
you could play with
episode
a little bit, and
it depends on who's directing.
You could get you got guest directors. You just get everybody to envision their own.
Oh, this episode's all
kind of like how
it's an anime episode.
Well, like how the African American Mirror works,
right?
Yes,
where
we're struggling so hard to figure out where does Laura take place in every episode. What if Laura doesn't really take place in any episode? The Tarantino episode, anytime she's on screen, it's just her feet.
Oh my god! Or maybe at some point Steve starts getting out of line with Carl, and he got to bring in Laura.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what's it. What if Laura is the foil to Carl and Urkel's not, because Urkel's pine for Laura's attention.
Exactly.
So the only thing that can throw off all of Carl's plans is they're all doing what he's got to do, and they're listening until Laura decides, like, fuck you, Dad. You don't tell me what I can't do.
Yeah.
And she can command the she's the only one that can get the Urkels to do something else.
Right, yeah, definitely.
So she fights with her dad about shit. And
no matter what Carl does, all the Urkels will still listen to her.
Always frame Laura and Carl are at odds with each other.
Yeah.
Because Carl is the one who took advantage of the machine. He just wants to make the money and do the thing.
And she's like, that's not right.
Yeah, she's got the moral conundrum with it. Family still matters. They're not going to go at each other directly, but she's like, this is wrong, or she's doing something.
Family matters. You're hurting other people's families.
Right.
That's what matters.
So she's the moral center.
Yeah.
But he's still like, he wants to be the dad. He's not evil, but because we reset every episode, we can have him do some very dark things if we want.
We need to.
You know, we can strap bombs to Urkels and send it. It doesn't matter because like it all gets reset. So you get to play with go as over the top as you need to. But I like that as your dynamic. Laura's our good guy. Carl's our bad guy. But at the end of the day, you're all family.
Yeah.
But like they get to play those roles. So if we do, in like the,
I was saying, there's always these. So like Carl always had these like wise moments, right? Like there was always these life moments that happened in every episode where like something would go wrong and you know the kids would be like, well, I don't understand why this. He's like, you just can't do that. Like they'd have that like sombering music and like it's a very serious moment and Carl's dropping some life lessons on you, the viewer, right? Well, Carl could still be doing that and Harry could still be doing that. He's like, we gotta strap bombs onto all these Urkels because like, and that's what's right for the world. Like there's all these like
they
really
have competing visions of what morality is.
Yeah,
so they're not necessarily, and she can be wrong a lot. Like she could be self-righteous. She can be like, but like
she's thinking myopically, and he's thinking the larger scale.
Yeah.
Right. They both kind of think they're doing the right thing.
Right, yeah.
He's not evil and she's not perfect. It's just one of those like, but it's almost like a father-daughter. The story is it's always a father-daughter spat.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
And he is how she perceives him as like an overbearing father. And he is like how he sees her as a naive person he has to protect. So Eddie is always the one who's like, so what's
seeking his father's approval.
Yeah, and trying like
the daddy's
the
boy.
one who's misguidedly doing. He thinks they all think they're doing the right thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So Carl's always on the end of like, I have to acquire things I have to provide. Like, and so his motivation, he gets led astray by his need to provide for his family. That's his flaw, is that he's too narrow-minded about that. But really, he wants some glory to it that he doesn't want to admit. Laura, on the other hand, she's a bit self-centered as well. The way she uses the Urkels is probably a little like, we're not supposed to quite love how she does it, because there's got to be flaws there too.
There's definitely got to be episodes where she has the pull and Carl doesn't.
Yeah, but like then the conflict is how they play, how the one that's on
it's a constant tug of war.
Yeah, it's a tug of war between them, and Eddie maybe is the one who's like, he's committed to the rules. And they all love each other, but Laura's like the one who's like,
family
we
matters.
do the right thing because, and whatever we have, and I'll do whatever I have to do the right thing. So she might be in the more sympathetic position, but she's a lot like her dad. And then you have Eddie, who's like, what are the rules, and that's what I'm going to do. So now that you have that to play off of, so that they can be in an argument, and you don't necessarily have to sympathize with either of them.
Right.
So they can be at each other, and Eddie can be the one who's sort of like, what are you guys talking about?
Right.
You know, like that can center that. And you can bring Waldo in when you need the goofy. Like, he could be the occasional character.
Waldo tries to summarize what's happening, but he has no fucking idea what
they're
talking about.
Yeah.
We should have an episode where, what's her name? Monkhouse?
Myra
Monkhouse. They clone her by accident instead of the Steves.
Yeah.
So there's only one Urkel, and like, there's a Stefan that tries to like keep the like, and then they just tear him apart. They're trying to get to Steve.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee Urkel shows up.
But you end up with an accidental army of Monkhouses.
Right. I had no choice.
There's so many possibilities with like a universe in which anything is possible with Steve Urkel.
And your cliffhanger is that last episode where the bit is it's actually just Family Matters.
Right.
and so like this is the one where Laura and Carl and Eddie all work together. They're all on the same side. They have to defeat the Aunt Vivs who keep recasting them. and to restore but this is how
What's
it comes
that
together.
Duplicator movie?
Yeah, but it's how it comes together though. It's like it starts out ridiculous, but it turns into actually a moment where Carl and Laura and Eddie figure out what this is, and the original Steve, they figure out what it's all about. Like, they're actually, having fought each other through all these episodes, they're all on the same team, and they realize, like, we can't be replaced. We're a family. And family matters.
We have contracts.
They can, and contracts. They matter too.
Yeah.
But where you gotta break down that other wall, you know what I mean?
And that could be maybe it's a cliffhanger where they escape to the attic and they try to get into the machine, they hit the button and it doesn't do anything. And they're like, is this the reality? Is there just nothing left? And they look out and they look through the time machine and it goes out into space and we just see an Urkel floating in space and it's like, did we do that?
I think I love that pullback, but I think it should start where you can see the audience.
I was gonna
yes,
it's
you can see the cameras and everying. Then it goes outside,
and there's frat boys in it yelling Urkel.
Yeah,
Urkel.
yeah. The dude's like, I don't. Yeah. For some reason, I was gonna say they were from Duke. For some reason, that's sticking in my head. Whatever.
It could be Duke.
Frat
you can
boys.
make a Duke.
Yeah. But anyway, it's just it just kind of pans out all the way to space, and Urkel's up there.
And he's deciding, and he's deciding what, and him and Space Carl are deciding whether to renew the series.
Yeah.
Or not. Well, on the one hand, it was kind of interesting. But,
because of time machines,
I think we got a bit off the rails here.
Because they have control over the time machine, they choose whether or not they renew their contract.
Or
it's not up to the studio execs because Urkel is a studio exec.
Maybe they're up there they're in space.
They're all the execs are Urkels.
But they're all in space trying to negotiate the contract. It is the contract negotiation.
and somebody's got a contract negotiation machine. They keep
And Waldo messed something up.
That's how it, yeah.
Waldo's actually the president of the company, so they can't figure out what to get done. Because Waldo's just trying to sell it to Warner Brothers. It's going to sell it to
It's idiocracy, and he just worked his way to the top, and Waldo's...
the series is about a bunch of Steve Urkels, but the real world is all Waldo's.
It was Waldo all along.
Where's Waldo? Everywhere.
Yeah, no, in that world, they play Where's Urkel?
Yeah! Who's Urkel?
So I think we got a through line to that, right? We have it's all about, every episode's about how families fight, but turns out they love each other.
Yeah.
We keep the core of what Family Matters is at least
some values are there in every episode at least.
Urkel is able, we can use Urkel in whatever way we please, but we put these characters in different circumstances.
Every episode.
Yeah, and it's a whole different set of circumstances, but yet they're the same people, they have the same relationships, and they hash it out in similar ways, but they always find a conclusion. They always come back together. So we can go to anime world, we could go to Braveheart world, we could go to water world, we could go to dinosaur world, whatever. We could do the mob. You can do anything you want to tie that together. I like the mob because of the family connection.
Definitely.
But we could even do other stuff that has some family connotation. For sure. There's a lot of ways to think through it. If we were actually going to break it episode by episode, I didn't know if we were going to get to a place where I want to watch this.
I've been there for a little bit now.
Yeah. So take it from the top.
So we've got this show based on Family Matters. It is still called Family Matters. And it's about this man, Carl Winslow. He is a black cop in Chiraq. And he goes out of his way to be able to provide his family a better kind of life, and that includes cloning Steve Urkel, his zany neighbor friend, and he clones him in all different kinds of ways while he's running his mob business. He is a real family leader if there ever was one, and he sets up a whole criminal enterprise, and that's creating a real rift with his daughter who went to law school. Laura, the law student, wanted to go and make the world a better place, and she started realizing that family isn't exactly mean to her father what it means to her, and that creates a real rift. And Steve, who's allowing all this stuff to happen out of just comedic value, starts having an issue because now Laura's trying to come through and be a little moral about the situation. So she's able to control Steve with her love or the lack thereof. And she's able to manipulate him in different ways, and he doesn't know what's more important to him, pleasing the woman that he would do anything for, literally anything for, or the man that he is so desperate to get his attention as a father figure. And then you got Eddie Winslow. He's daddy's boy. He want to be just like his dad. He'll blindly do whatever his dad says. It doesn't matter if there's a moral conundrum or not. So they got all of this stuff going down. And every episode, though, is not about the mob. It's not about Laura specifically. It's about Steve Urkel and the Urkels that they made. And they go in this time machine to all different wacky-ass places, and zany shit happens. It all has a theme of the type of energy and comedy that are put into each episode. They seem to be wildly different, but it's kind of like the same pizza, but there's a slightly different flavor. Made on a different day, so to speak. We still got half-an-hour episodes. We pack it in at the end of every episode. All the Urkels get wiped. You got to start over every single time. What happens to the Urkels? You're gonna have to stick around for season 2 to find out.
But yeah, I think that's like the most fun way of going about it, is having it being episodic, still having a core value, but all of it is just fucking zany and wild, and there's a million Steves.
In every episode, the moon may cry.
The moon may cry. It also might not.
It easily might not. Theme song in 3, 2, 1.
Good day, gentlemen. Steve Urkel at your service. We have a spare accordion. We can jam. Boy, am I hungry. Got any cheese?
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. Love a tradition of the gray and design. Some people say it's even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls. 'Cause all that I see is a tower of dreams. Real love bursting out of every scene.
Did I do that?
As days go by, I'm gonna fill our house with happiness. The moon may cry, gonna smother the blues with tenderness. As days go by, there's room for you, there's room for me, for gentle hearts and opportunity. As days go by, it's the big love for family.
Well, I want to walk on the wild side. Well, here's another fun way to kill time. I'll just pour a glass of milk and wait for it to curdle.